Much of the evidence we have from the past is from the writings left behind in their literature and burial sites. The same can be said about the Egyptian pharaohs. King Tut, who lived from 1345 to 1325 BCE, was the tomb that brought to light many secrets and artifacts from the past. His tomb was the first ever discovered intact. Not much is known of the young pharaoh, but parts can be pieced together from records of people around the young king. DNA testing has traced his lineage to being the son of Akhenaten and grandson of Amenhotep II. King Tut was one of the youngest ever pharaohs of Egypt, and perhaps the most notable of all pharaohs because of the discovery of his tomb by Howard Carter. King Tut became pharaoh at the age of 9 after two short reigns of pharaohs after his father's death. King Tut reformed the religious changes made by his father from the worship of only one deity, Aten, back to the worship of the god Amun. King Tut also moved the center of worship back to Thebes from Amarna, where his father had moved it years before. King Tut also worked with two advisors due to his young age. The death of King Tut at just the age of 19 had drawn much speculation and investigation. The study of his remains has brought evidence of some medical complications that could have contributed to his death. The study brought to light traces of multiple infections of malaria, a club left foot, and a curvature of the spine. These disabilities could be attributed to the traditional inbreeding of the royal family. Even his mother and father were brother and sister, along with his wife Ankhsemun being his half-sister. Tutankhamun's remains even showed signs of the mummification process with the hole in the back of his head. Many authors suggest that these disorders and his general being of ill health ushered to his untimely death. The burial tomb of King Tut was a culmination of 6 years of back-breaking work, and nearly a fortune until they found it. It was discovered by an archaeologist named Howard Carter. The tomb was found in an uncommon place under an ancient workman's hut, with the seal still intact at the end of the underground stairway. When they opened the door, Carter and Lord Carnarvon of England discovered the room full of gold, strange animals, and statues everywhere. For nearly a decade they explored the tomb, which was the first ever completely intact tomb. Everything was catalogued, recorded, and photographed. Carter, because of the nature of the find, came up with a method of preserving every detail of the investigation. Removing the artifacts proved to be just as complicated of a task, with most of the artifacts crumbling from the slightest touch, so the archaeologist took up to a few days to remove from the tomb. The coffin and mummified body took nearly 3 years to actually be able to be displayed. King Tut's tomb has opened many researchers' eyes to the past and opened up a renewed interest in Egyptian history. The artifacts and remains from the tomb still continue to be studied today and draw millions of visitors every year looking for a glimpse into the past. The more evidence the archaeologists find, the more we can piece together the events of the past.